Hey, before we start with the main video, I would like to thank you the following companies for their support. They support me through the YouTube membership program that I created for companies who care about software testing and are active in supporting the testing community. Thank you once again. If you want to learn more about the supporters, check the video description down below to find the links to their products. If you miss your logo on this page, follow the QR code or send me an email. Happy testing, and now back to the main video.
Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel Software Testing. It's me, Daniel. Happy that you're here today for another video. Today I would like to show you how to use generative AI in a hands-on demo on how to create test cases based on your project user stories, epics and issue types that you have in your project. And the tool that I would like to present you today is called AI Test Case Generator. It's being created by the company called BakeQA. And for those of you who have worked in software testing for many years, you know that software test cases or test cases in general are not the most liked thing to do in our industry because, writing test cases is a tedious job. It's time consuming. I have seen some numbers that typically on average it takes 20 minutes to write a test case manually, right? I mean, that's a lot of time that you can invest in executing a test, or that you can use and do exploratory testing, or to write some scripts and stuff like that. So, and with AI, and especially with the AI test case generator powered by BakeQA, you can speed up the work tremendously, right? And I would say you can boil it down to a few seconds, and we will see that in a second. So that's why I would like to show you in hands-on demo, as I said before, what AI test case generator can do for you in a demo project that I created for you. But first, let's have a look on the product website as always. Right? So if you go ahead down in the video description, you will find aitestcasegenerator.com, and there you can find all the information that you need basically to get started with the tool. So it says streamline your software testing activity or your software testing with the AI test case generator. You can subscribe and you can install it to your project, and we come to that in a second. You get tons of information what AI test case generator can do for you. It has also provided a really good portal and FAQ section that you find again down below in the video description to learn more about the AI test case generator. It's not too many information about here. It shows what features are available, like Jira integration, Microsoft Azure integration and other stuff. But you can do that on your own. I would like to show you hands-on how you can benefit from the AI test case generator. So what I've done, I already installed it. But before I go into my project in Jira, I'm going to show you where to find it. And as again, URLs down in the video description. So basically, you have two options to use the AI test case generator. You have the Jira version that you can see over here. So you go to Atlassian Marketplace, you download or you install it for free. So you have a trial period where you can use the AI test case generator completely on your own in your project to see how it works for you. In case you're not working with Jira or the like, you can use the same tool, the AI test case generator, in your Microsoft Azure instance or environment, and it offers the same functionality. For the demo purposes and the hands-on part of this video, I'm focusing on the Jira part. So installation, if you have installed a plugin from the Atlassian Marketplace before, fairly easy. Sign in, click install, and then Atlassian is doing its magic, connecting your project with the plugin, and voila, you have the test case generator installed. And let's jump into my project board. So here you can see my board. I created a Kanban demo board, and I already prepared some user stories. As you can see on the screen, I have a welcome page. So in general, the idea was that I created some demo user stories for a web shop that you might know already if you're familiar with my channel. I usually use the following URL. Let's show that to you in a second. Or here we are. So I usually use the tool shop demo for any kinds of hands-on product demos, and I will do the same here. Based on that shop, I created some of the user stories. So we have a welcome page, we have a login page, registration, and stuff like that. For some of the user stories, I created some, I added some description. For some, I added some more context with acceptance criteria. That's important because I would like to show you the different features of the AI test case generator. But before we jump into the test case generator, I would like to show you what you can do in terms of configuration with the product. So once you have installed it, we will have a look on the left side, right? So we have project settings. If you go to project settings, you can see there we have the AI test case generator project settings. So you open them up and that's what you can do. So in the first settings options, you will select the project that you would like to create your test cases or where they have to be saved. So in that case, I called it testing board. Then in the second step, you can decide the issue type that you would like to assign to the AI test case generator in order to be available in your project. In case you don't have the test case issue type in your Jira project, go ahead and create it. You can find it over here in the issue types. Then say, okay, you enable this for this project. Yes, we tick the box. And then you have option 4, which is an optional. So the remaining options are optional ones. So the fourth one is you can add up to 3 text fields to include in generations. That's something that you can do. And also what I really like about the AI test case generator, you can change the language of the generated output already. So default is English. And available are the following languages. So we have German, we have the France, we have Netherlands, Italian, Spanish, Svenska, Portuguese, and Polish. Yeah, Polski. That's what you can pick already in case you have different user stories in different languages. The AI test case generator is covering for you on that side. So I'll remain to English because I'm talking in English and the main focus is English content here. And the 6th option is right now it has a beta tag, but to be honest, it worked quite well when I was like exploring the product before. In this entry field or in this input field, it says you can set a context for all stories in the project. And we come to that in some minutes later again. I would like to show you something. And then underneath you have integrations to X-Ray, Zephyr or Zephyr Squad and Zephyr Scale. I will skip that part for now. In case you're using that products, you can also enable it for the AI test case generator and have your test cases generated in those products too. So that's pretty amazing, right? So we have lots of options where you can do things or like where you can set up things for the AI test case generator. From my point of view, it's not too many things that you can basically configure, and that's great because I like tools that are really like lean and easy to use, and that's given for the AI test case generator. So we keep that for now. We come back in a second to the 6th entry of the additional project settings. So let's go back to the project. Yeah. So let's go to the user story. It's called login page. So you open up that one. Oh, in a second, we open up in a new window. There you go. It has a title called login page, and we have a, well, not so complete description. So it says, as a returning user, I want to log in using my credentials so I can access my account and continue shopping. Yeah, that's it for now. Not too many things, but hey, let's see what AI test case generator can do for us. So as you can see here, on the right hand side, we have the AI test case generator integrated. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we click this one. We can find it over here, and also you can find it over in the apps section. So you can also put it over here, and then it's shown down below. But as you can see already here, it says the AI test case generator is moving. You can find it in the issue context panel on the right. So there's still this option, but depending when you're watching this video and which version you are installing of the AI test case generator, it might switch the location to the right hand side. So that's why I stick also to the right hand side over here. So I think I can we can say just collapse over here. So yeah, okay, we have this really not well written user story with just one single sentence of description, and we say generate test cases. Yeah, and now the AI test case generator is doing its magic. It says generating test cases. Do not close this window while generating the test cases in the background. And now we will wait a few seconds until we see the results. And there we see linking new test cases. 6 test cases will be created. And we see that now 6 of 6 test cases have been created. So here we are. It's automatically refreshing. And we can see we have 6 test cases allocated to that user story. Let's have a look at one of the user stories. So the first one is valid credentials, successful login. So it says user successfully logs in with valid credentials. The preconditions are user account exists, and then it gives me some steps to actually execute. Navigate to the login page, login is displayed, enter valid username and password, and so forth and so forth. It's a fair and valid test case, yeah? And if we go back to the user story, we have other types. So we have invalid credentials, we have empty username, incorrect username, correct username, and forgot password link. Nothing to complain about with that amount of input in terms of description for the user story, right? So that's pretty cool, and I would say it's pretty fast too. So now we're going back to the project settings. I would like to show you something, because as you can already see here, we have the option regenerate of test cases. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to the project settings, and I'm going to open the test case generator over here, and then I will add just one simple input. So we give some more context using, you could use prompt engineering and define the context of the projects. For demo purposes, I would just add the webshop URL is practicesoftwaretesting.com. Yeah, that's it. That's it for now. So we give the context of the webshop product. We're going back to the initial user story, which is test2 login page, as you have seen before. And now we have we have two options. So we can generate the test cases, and also in the combination, we can say delete existing test cases when regenerating. So we don't want to have duplicates in our test case repository. So we tick the box, we hit regenerate, and now AI test case generator is doing its magic again. And let's see what the tool is now doing with the context that we have given in our settings section. Yeah. So again, we have now 5 test cases, so 1 test case less. It's generating, and we have now 5 test cases, and it should update. As you can see, it removed the previous test cases from that user story, from the linked issue section, and we have now 5 user stories. So let's have a look at the test case that we just generated. And as you can see, something has changed. You could see like that the AI test case generator is using from the settings section the URL that we provided to the shop. So now it says navigate to the webshop URL practicesoftwaretesting.com and then do the remaining stuff. And that's cool. And I mean, this is a really simple example of giving context, but the better the context that you provide to the project settings, of course, the better the output is in the test case generation. Yeah. Now we're going back to our Kanban board, and we will have a look at another user story that I prepared up front, and it's called the registration page. And here I provided more context. So as you can see, I have a description. As a user, I want to register with email and password, blah, blah, blah. And I'll provide some more context and some more acceptance criteria. So to say, it says, okay, the registration page should have the following fields. You have functional requirements, you have some security and performance requirements, yeah? And now let's hit generate test case and see what AI test case generator is doing now with more context, with a better written user story. So let's see what the tool is doing for us. So now we can see it's linking new test cases, 8 test cases. based on the input that I provided. So we're 4 of 8 and so forth. Yeah, so we're going even further with creation of the test cases. And in a few seconds, we will see the linked test cases. So there we go. We have the linked test cases. And let's have a look at the very first generated test case. So as you can see here, we have some more steps. Yeah, so it says, okay, navigate to the registration page, then enter the valid name in the designated field to have a valid registration, so to say, confirm and stuff like that. What else do we have? Registration with missing first name, registration with weak password, registration with password and confirmation mismatch, so different combinations. Yeah, and as I said before, I mean, with better input and better features that you provide, not features, with better input in the user story, the better the output. Yeah? So in case I would like to change something over here, and that's also common in typical software development processes, and I bet you have seen it before, user stories have been written, you wrote your test cases, and then before the planning, or like even during the work on the user story, a requirement is changing. And this is so frustrating for us software testers that we have to go across all our test cases to see which test cases we have to rewrite and to fix, basically to fit to the latest requirement changes. And with the AI test case generator, you can just hit regenerate test case, and voila, you have the results and you have your test cases based on the latest updates on the user story. And that's pretty cool and amazing, to be honest. And that's mainly the core functionality of the AI test case generator. However, I would like to show you another feature that you can find on the left hand side, and that's called bulk AI test case generator. So if you open that up, you can select a sprint depending on if you have sprints in Jira configured. I'll just go to advanced search and say, okay, reported by me, and we select the fields, not the fields, the user stories that I created. So as you can see, so many test cases that I have created, and now we have also some user stories, and we have created test cases for, I think, welcome, login and registration. And now we can say we select the product, the payment, the checkout. That's it for now. So you can select up to 10 user stories for really good performance for the AI test case generator. And then you can see, okay, generate test cases, and down below you have delete existing test cases. We don't have existing ones, so we can skip that part. And then we have skip issues with existing test cases. So that's also important. So in case you have test cases already implemented and you don't want to update something, you can also tick that box, and it's jumping over it and skipping them. So let's hit generate test cases for the 3 user stories that we selected. We get that page basically, and it says, okay, processing. On the right hand side, we can see that, okay, there are being test cases generated, and we have to wait a few seconds until we have the results prepared. And as you can see, for product page, it's already saying, okay, we are linking test cases. Now it says also for the remaining ones, we are linking the test cases to payment and the checkout page. And once that's done, so we have complete for the product page, so we can open up it again, and we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 test cases being generated. So it says, okay, we have a valid URL navigation, we have product list display, we have product details visibility, product to cart, product search, and empty product list handling. As an example, we have for the payment page, we say, okay, valid payment, invalid payment, payment page URL validation, and stuff like that. So all really valid test cases that have been created just on one single line of description. And as I said, the better the description, the better the test cases. And as you can see here, same pattern and same structure of the test case generation. And that's, to be honest, pretty fast. And as you can see, what we have done here, we're just a couple of minutes in the video, and we have used like 4 or 5 user stories, and we already created, I don't know, 60 test cases in a few seconds, and that's pretty amazing from my point of view. What else to mention? I mean, we have seen the project settings, and you may ask yourself like, hey, how is this going on with data security and data privacy. And the only thing that I can say here is, or the information that I found is that BakeQA and the company behind AI Test Case Generator is not using your private data, the data that you put in the user story description, for any training purposes, right? So they have strict rules of security of your data. And while I was exploring the product pages and all the information about the product, I found this really great blog post, and it says advancing ethical innovation. So BakeQA's commitment to responsible AI in test case generation. And I highly recommend you to read that article, where you can see how BakeQA is dealing with your data, what's being used, what the ethical concerns are covered by the company. And to be honest, I haven't seen something like that before from other vendors, and that's what I really like. And as you can see, I'm scrolling down the page. It's a lot of stuff. I highly recommend it. Read it. It's down below in the video description. Yeah, so it's worth reading as well. And with that, we are coming already to an end. And to be honest, I would like to summarize the demo. It's really fairly straightforward to generate your test cases. So in case you are using Jira or Azure in your work environment, give it a try. Install the plugin and see how fast AI Test Case Generator can generate the test cases for you, for your project, and to free up your working time for better things, for other work, for exploratory testing, for automated testing, or for, I don't know, what you're doing at work in general. But you can free up your time in writing tedious test cases, updating them, and all along. And I would say it's a great example where you can see already generative AI in a production-like environment that you can use to leverage and to speed up your software development lifecycle and the testing lifecycle. Again, as I said, check all the links down below to read all about the AI Test Case Generator provided by BakeQA. And with that, I would really love to hear from you. How are you using genAI in your project? Have you tried AI Test Case Generator? You have any kind of feedback or things that you would like to discuss with the community? Leave a comment down below. I'm happy to reply to you. I'll bet BakeQA is also checking the comments and are happy to help out. You can also get in contact with them via their website. They're really responsive. And with that, I'm saying thank you. Thanks for coming by. As always, like it, share it, and subscribe it to support my channel, to spread the news about cool and great AI generated content, not content, tools that I want to like to say, and to show the testing community what we have to offer. And with that, see you soon and bye bye.